What up? Welcome to the Andy Wells channel.
Thanks, that's me. Cam, does anything matter on Tinder besides someone's pictures?
No, it doesn't. Nothing matters. Nothing matters at all, actually. Like the universe is, we're very inconsequential. In terms of like getting matches, reacting to that statement, I would say like it's too absolute, but it's like pretty close to the truth. It's like 90. Oh, I don't want to say a number like that because it's like, how are you like figuring out the number? It's like, I'm not, I'm just plucking out a number that's close to 100%, but isn't. Like, it's like 98, 95. Like, the most of your results will come from your pictures. That is the whole point of the apps as they stand now is that someone looks through your pictures and decides that they find you attractive enough to swipe. Like, and it's just the majority of what is going to impact your results will just be the pictures. Now, that doesn't mean that when I say that, it's as simple as that. Like it can be a little bit more complicated than that. Like the way that like what is a good picture, like what is a good selection of pictures is also quite important that you and I talk about quite a lot. Like getting like a curated good account is quite hard and takes a lot of time actually. But like getting good pictures is actually quite easy. Getting a good selection is actually a little bit harder. But in terms of like versus the other stuff like the bios, the voice notes you can leave, the Hinge prompts, etc. Yeah, yeah, it would be more useful from a utilitarian perspective. It's more useful if guys have it rammed into their head that the pictures are all that matters. I would say.
Yeah. We say this a lot, like where guys, like some of you in the comments will say, I have really good pictures and yeah, I'm getting no matches. And it's like, brother, my beautiful brother, you do not have good pictures. And every single time someone shows us their pictures, we're like, oh, bro, okay, like here's some things you could do better. Like no judgment, but like go take this picture or this one here sucks or this one here, let's improve it. Like we've never found someone with actually really good pictures who's getting no matches. And maybe we can add in the caveat they have to live in a city that has at least, I don't know, 50,000 or 100,000 people. You can't be in a small town.
Do you want no. I know some people are just like not believing us. I want to list the caveats like immediately before I get like any wankers in comments. No offense. No, I love you all. The caveats are city has to be big enough. So it has to be like a 500k population plus. Even then, incredibly good looking dudes with good pictures could probably like do well in like a small town anyway. It doesn't really matter.
Yes.
But like if you are the average dude trying to get good pictures, you need a 500k city plus, okay? Which is not that hard to find. Like you can definitely, and everyone can passport or go and spend like a weekend or a week in a city and just see what the apps are like. So that's easily testable. The other stuff is like you are not, you haven't got, there's some stuff where you get hidden in the accounts. So if you have been trying to get back on the apps, and you've been banned a few times and you haven't like scrubbed metadata, etc. like that. We've heard stories of guys just not being seen on the apps because, they've had the accounts deleted and they've essentially, instead of being banned entirely, they've been shadow banned instead. So that sometimes there is that possibility. You're doing stupid shit that's making your account look a bit weird. So good examples of this are like hiding your distance is a bad idea. Anything that makes you look like you might be a scam is generally something that can cause you to be like ignored because people are you set off people's spidey senses is the way I would describe it. Like girls don't necessarily know like what to look for, but they know when things look weird. So like if you've got stuff like hiding your age, hiding your distance, generally using things like really obvious AI photos, stuff like that can make you look a little bit odd and that can be harming your results. Yes, those are things. I'm going to forget things now as well. Having like a deeply offensive bio, like I've seen guys yeah, so bios can't really help you, but they can really fucking hurt you. Is the way a friend of ours, Joe, said this as well. Like bios are not something that's really gonna like make or break your account. Sorry, it's not gonna make your account, but it can break your account. So if you just have like I'm not into fat girls or something as the top line of your bio, yeah, you're gonna miss out on some matches because you have something that stupid in your bio, basically.
And by the way, on
Yeah.
that, even girls that are slim and petite will read that and be like, what a fucking asshole. It's like if
Yeah.
you see a girl's...
No, that's
like,
what I meant. That's
dude,
exactly what I meant. That's what I meant.
yeah,
I wasn't saying. I'm not saying that's going to mean that the fat girls aren't going to swipe on you. I mean that the girls you want are going to not swipe on you because of that shit.
yes.
Because you look like a dick.
If I see a girl's profile and she's like, no short guys, like, but she says it in a rude way, I'm tall and I'm going to be like, no, like, that feels a bit rude to my short kings. I'd rather you say what you want rather than what you don't want. You don't have to throw shade at the shorter dudes. You know what I mean? So like same thing with you guys. Like you don't have to throw shade at the girls. Like if don't put something in there like no single mums, because then even girls that aren't single mums will read that and be like, okay, well why are you throwing shade at single mums? Just don't
Yeah.
match with single mums and then you're good.
Yeah. The other thing as well, I'm trying to think of like everything we could talk about. Like, you have your radius set too low, you have your age range set too tight. Like anything you're doing to narrow the dating pool down to a level where you may as well not be in a big city now because you've narrowed the dating pool down to like 5,000 girls or something like that. What's the other stuff? Um, Beyond that, if you are getting matches, none of them are going anywhere. It's obviously not like you obviously are getting a lot of that's probably like a messaging problem or you're not taking enough chances.
Yeah.
Like it I'm really talking about guys who aren't getting any matches at all. Like
Mm.
basically, like if you're watching this, like I'm getting matches but it's not going anywhere, this isn't really this is not your problem. Your pitches are actually working, you're just not very good at capitalizing on the opportunities, which is like a whole nother thing. Really, like there's two guys that are struggling, guys that don't get any matches and guys that don't know how to fucking use their matches. And like this video is more aimed at the guys who are like, not getting matches. So that's like the main thing. Is there anything else I've missed that's really obvious? Like, in terms of like stuff that isn't to do with pitches that could be screwing with
Okay,
your
okay.
results?
Sometimes, so this ties in. No. Because we can talk about the pictures now a little bit. Sometimes guys will have like pictures that, like you said before, are just not attractive to women. So, like, the vast majority of women don't want to see fishing photos, hunting photos, like you standing over a fucking boar and you're holding a gun and there's blood coming out of it. The vast majority of women don't want that. Now, if you are literally screening for that because you're like, that's the type of woman I want, go for it. Go fucking crazy. But like, if you're just trying to meet not like any women, don't have hunting photos and stuff like
The
that. We've
problem with
seen
that is as
guys.
well, like the
Yeah, go,
volume is
go,
going
go.
to be quite low because like you're aiming for like rural minded girls, which means online dating is probably not the best option for that as well,
Yeah,
meeting
just go
girls
to
out
the
in like rural
local fucking
communities.
like boot and scoot meetup, the
Yeah.
like line dancing meetup.
You
I'm
want to
not
get good
even
at line
fucking taking the
dancing, yeah.
piss. Like I'm
Yeah,
not even
yeah.
taking the piss. Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
And similarly, we've seen guys like doing fucking boxing photos where he's like punching some guy in the face. Like literally, they take a fucking photo of himself getting punched, and it's like that just screams domestic violence. Like I know to us guys, that's cool as fuck. Not even every guy. I don't find that cool as fuck, but like lots of guys find
Yeah.
that shit cool. But girls don't find violence cool. So take a more sexy version of that, like you in the gym wearing boxing gloves. Maybe you're sweating, but you're looking super masculine. You're kind of looking off into the distance, all stoic. That's a good photo. That looks sexy. So sometimes stuff like that. But most of you aren't really doing stuff like that anyway. It's just that you've been a little bit amateur with your photos and that's why you're not getting matches. Like maybe you just grabbed your phone, you took a bunch of selfies, or you took a fucking selfie at the gym in front of the bathroom mirror or something. Like that won't really cut it. Or you do the classic thing where you go out and just stand outside. You just stand there rigid like this and you
You have
take a
four
photo.
photos, same background, you have four photos, they're all the same background and same outfit. Well, congrats. I don't know what yeah, just there's some stuff which is like I I know you and I have like more of an eye for it now because we've helped so many fucking dudes with like online
Yep.
photos.
Yep.
But like there's having an eye for it and there's like that's obviously fucking stupid, like or doesn't look great or like it's like I'd have the words to describe like but then you also get I think the majority that's like the worst case. It's like the majority of guys just are stuck in average town. Like everything just looks
Yeah.
really average. Like all the photos, like you said, you don't have to have pro photo quality, but you do have to have like decent lighting. You do have to have like the camera has to be relatively close to you. You have to fill the frame. Like there's a lot of basic stuff you can do with an iPhone that a professional photographer would do naturally because they know how to take good photos. But you can pick good lighting, you can fill the frame, you can not, the angle can be like actually good. The shadow, generally all the stuff, you can be dressed well, you can be doing something that makes sense in a setting that makes sense. There's a lot of ways you can do it. So it looks kind of natural, even though it isn't because you went out to try and take a dating photo. And guys just don't understand it that well. So a lot of their photos tend to be like, they're at a family gathering with like 14 people and you're like and it's just like a shot of 14 people. It's like which one are you? There's a shot of them at a like they're in Thailand on a holiday but they're like fucking miles away because they're trying to show off the temple in the background. Guys, like you said, guys taking photos in their bathrooms. Like, no, a bathroom selfie. We actually do know a good way to do a bathroom selfie with the towel and shit that we've had a few guys do.
Yeah.
But like the ones that guys usually take are just like terrible. Gym selfies, terrible. Like, get someone to take a photo of you in the gym doing a lift or doing like a heavy deadlift. That'd be cool. Taking a photo into the mirror, what, like you're flexing
Yeah,
your
well, you're just
bicep,
like
not
standing
fucking
there
good.
and you're just like,
Yeah, yeah,
unless you're
yeah.
ridiculously attractive, then you can get away with anything, really. Like, but
Yeah,
you wouldn't be
I
watching this
assume
video.
they're not
You
watching
wouldn't
this
be
fucking
watching
video.
this video.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
if you're so attractive that a selfie can get you laid on online dating apps, I don't know what the issue is. Probably that you can't message or like you don't know how to take advantage of situations, which is fine. You'll get there, or like you'll keep trying.
Yeah.
What's another? What's the other like obvious? You have that big like problems like basic errors guys make. Like
I've done
I
a
think I've
bunch
already
of,
covered quite a few of them. Yeah.
yeah, I've done videos and
For me,
articles
I'm
on
always
this.
like zoning in on like your fashion's terrible or like not up to date. There's stuff like vibe. You and I talk about vibe so much. That is a difficult concept to get across. It's also difficult to get guys like hitting it as well if they don't really,
Do
if
you
they
know
don't
what
have
would
a
help?
natural edge to it.
Do you know what would help with Vibe? If you hit up Andy and Cam for coaching, that would help us, and then we can help you with your vibe. We have two options for coaching: the big hardcore VIP program or the Abundance Collective. Links down below to both of them. But like, being serious, like vibe is one of those things where it's like we can't really explain that in a video, and that's not us just like withholding information. Like, it's really fucking hard to get vibe
No,
across.
we've put a lot of fucking content out there about it as well. Like you've got loads of content where
True,
you like, and like
true,
loads of
true.
free articles. They're in, go and look at Andy's Tinder inspiration guide. It's a little bit old, so the photos are quite old, but like not, they would all work because they're just really good photos. The guys are in most of the photos, the guys are models and they know how to pose. So there is that. But like it's about understanding, it's like about photo selection. Like guys are fucking terrible about photo selection, like in terms of like actually picking good photos, because they don't. It's looking about how does your face look, like what is the facial expression that you're making, what is your body like, what is your body posture good, is does your outfit and the setting make sense for what you're doing. Like if you go into this inspiration guide, you'll see that everything, all the photos make sense. Like everything that
Yeah,
Andy picked makes sense. A lot of them are very good looking, but I could pick out a few of them which are like less like are closer
yeah.
to the
Magnus
average dude.
Carlsen's not attractive. He's like
I
okay,
I just
but yeah.
I disagree. He's like European. I think he's like that
Okay,
European
fine,
gentleman
fine,
kind of
fine.
attractiveness. But like yeah, that's some of the photos in there. Like you're generally trying to copy like the impact of the photos, the eye catchiness of the photos,
Yeah,
and like it's difficult to do like in one-offs. You got to take a lot of photos basically, and like Andy has specifically picked like the best examples he could find. Like he's not like
yes,
trying to find like average dudes. He's trying to find like what is the absolute peak of photo that we should be aiming for. So I quite
yes,
like that
yes,
article.
yes. Yeah, and I
Yeah.
specifically at the top say, like, yes, these guys are attractive as hell. That's fine. Just use them for inspiration. Like, I have found the absolute peak photos that I could find and go
Yeah.
copy them.
I've
I,
always tried to go with like eye catching. Like if she's going
yeah,
through the stack and not eye catching in a fucking like you've got like a middle finger up and you're covered in blood kind of way. I'm not talking about like edgy like metalcore eye catching. I'm talking about like eye catching in like a normie kind of way. Like
yeah,
what she's suddenly gonna pay attention to. Because for a lot of guys of us who are like, you and I are decently good looking guys, but like you and I are not like girls don't double stop in the street like good
correct.
looking. Do you know what I mean? So you have to find ways to like, grab attention versus the other guys who are also decently good looking. Like there's like a
Mm,
sea of dudes who are like as good looking as we are on the apps. So it's more about like how do I stand out as a dude who is near the average or above average and like
mm.
against the fucking 70,000 other dudes. And like you got to that's how you got to be thinking like how do we stand out? How do we catch eyes? That kind of stuff. It's very
Which is why,
it's
yeah, I was going to say, I've mentioned this a billion times on the channel. Like, this is my profile. It's like fucking BDSM. There you go. That's me standing out, you know? And so find ways to stand out for sure. Let's
yeah.
give a little shout out, man, to the Tinder guide. So I wrote this big, massive free Tinder guide. It's on my website. Just go to killyourinnerloser.com. There's a button at the top that links to the Tinder guide. And there's an entire 2 sections about how to get more matches and take better pictures. Like literally I have so much info in here on everything that we're talking about. But yeah, the question was basically like, do pictures matter the most? Yeah, they absolutely fucking do. It's like 90, I don't know, 90% of the reason that
Don't
someone
even bother
matches
with the
with you.
fucking numbers. Just
Yeah,
trigger some people
it's a
get
huge
annoyed about.
freeze.
Like, oh, how do you know it's 95%? I don't care. It's like the most important thing, and it's the most important thing by a margin. I say 95, 99% to grab your attention so you know how important it is. That's why I say that. I haven't crunched the numbers. I haven't.
Yeah.
I also know for a fact if you aren't getting matches, this is the fucking problem. Like, and
Yes.
I'm happy to I'm happy to put myself out there and say that. Like, I'm happy to put my balls on the line here and say, like, yeah, if you don't get
Yeah.
any matches and you live in a decently sized city, it's your pictures. Like, and
Yes.
that's just the truth. And maybe that's a difficult truth for some guys to handle, but it is. Like, that is the way it is, unfortunately.
Particularly
Not
for
even
the guys
unfortunately,
that
because you can improve it. Sorry, go on.
Yes, particularly for the guys that put effort in. Like a lot of you out there, you went out there, you did a couple of photo shoots. Maybe you even paid a fucking photographer, or you got your camera, or you got your phone. You took a bunch of photos. You put effort in. Like you've put a bunch of
Mm.
effort in, and then you're like, "Why am I not getting matches? It's not fair. I've put effort in." And it's like, I get that, but the photos that you took were not what is required to get matches on Tinder. Like I laid it all
No.
out in the Tinder guide. If you want more help, we have 2 coaching options. They're both down below. We will literally coach you on this, but like you just didn't do what was required to get matches, and that's okay. That's not a value judgment. That doesn't mean you suck. It definitely doesn't mean you're ugly or unlovable or no one will like you or you're not good enough or any of that. It's just the pictures you took are not good enough to get matches. Dating apps are pretty fucking competitive at this point. And maybe we can throw this caveat in there. Anyone who listens and goes, dating apps are too much effort. Like, how many times do you get comments from people saying, like, dating apps are too much effort and fuck
Oh,
dating
go
apps in
approach.
2025? Go the fuck outside and talk to girls then.
Yeah. Go to
And like,
approach. If you're gonna
what a,
whinge about the dating apps, get outside your house and start talking to girls then, because like that's your only
yes.
other option.
And what a brilliant time to be alive to do that. Like guys who complain about online dating in the year 2025 or 2026 or whenever this people watch this, like
Yeah, imagine trying to
that's
cold
a
approach in
brilliant reason to go outside.
2021. Imagine trying to cold
2021.
approach in 2021. We know people who did.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, we did. We did. But what a great reason. Like M, I call her M, one of the girls that I'm seeing right now, I approached her like on my street near my house. One of the first things she said is like, "Oh my God, guys don't do this anymore. Like, why are you hitting on me? Oh my God, I can't believe this is happening. Guys don't do this." So it's like, if dating apps suck that much and you're really not getting matches and it's getting you frustrated, go the fuck outside and you're going to get extra credit by being one of the few guys that actually fucking does this shit in 2025. So yeah, like never get that frustrated with the dating apps. Like just go outside. But if you're not getting matches, it's because your pictures probably aren't where they
Suck.
need to be.
Suck.
I was trying to say it in a nice way, dude.
No, feel bad about yourselves. I want you to feel bad. No, I'm
Never
joking.
feel bad about yourselves. You're wonderful people. You're doing
I
great.
appreciate the guys who've been like, oh, I tried for like I was 6 months. I got a couple of photographers. Like, I applaud you. Andy and I know guys who've been improving slowly over 5 years and like have been like gradually like grinding their profile up to the best it can be for a long time. And like, we're talking like one guy in particular hiring fucking models he can do shoots with, like going like every fucking weekend he's out with professional photographers that he knows. Like, it's one of those things where like, if you think you've tried hard, I know we know personally guys who have tried like 5 times harder than you and
Right.
like have got the results because of it. Like, and because we know guys who have tried harder, it's like we don't accept a certain, like we don't accept like the excuses for it in terms of
We're
like
not going to give
what
you
you
a
can. We
pity
know
party. Like,
yeah,
like
no,
we'll
exactly.
empathize with you, but we're just immediately going to
I
be like,
suppose
go
anyone
take better
who's yeah,
pictures.
anyone
Yeah.
who's feeling bad about dating, I empathize with them entirely. But like the solutions are always the same. Like, it's just you do
Yes.
more of it. We know
Couldn't
what
agree more.
works. You just do more. And if you can't get what works to work, you do more of what works. And it's like the way
Mhm.
and it's a bit of a grind. Dating, I've talked about this. Online is very much like you get nothing until you get above a certain threshold, and then you get everything. And that's basically how it works. And like, it's just about climbing over that wall.
Mhm.
So like maybe you could think a bit like that, was trying to get over that initial hurdle, that initial wall. So yeah,
Or
that's how I would talk about
or
it.
go outside. Or go outside and talk to
Or
girls.
go outside and talk
Like,
to girls. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Some people just say, I don't want to do dating apps. That sounds like so much effort. It's like, it is effort. I agree. Like Cam is saying, if you just like grab your phone and take a couple of selfies, you will probably get no matches unless you're really, 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 really attractive. And so there is a threshold of like, holy fuck, I might need to go and put like a solid 2 or 3 weeks of effort into my photos before I start getting some matches, unless you already have decent pictures already. If you don't want to do that, just go outside and talk to women, or go to a bar, or go to like meetup.com and meet people socially, or meet people through your friends, or like go fucking line dancing or some shit. Take salsa dancing classes. Like, there's ways to meet people, but yeah, pictures matter. if any of you want more help with that, especially coming up with like a vibe and like a portfolio of your pictures and like really putting together a proper profile, like this is our bread and butter. This is the shit that we work on. So the coaching and the Abundance Collective are both down below.